All right, so let's look at day 5, which is parabolas day 3, and it's writing equations for parabolas. When you do this, you cannot be scared to sketch the graph. Sketch the graph with what you know. Okay, now one thing you have to understand is the equation of a parabola is either y equals 1 over 4p times x minus h all squared plus k, or if it opens left or right, we would have x equals 1 over 4p times y minus k all squared plus some h. Well, no matter what in these equations, what we need, number one, is we need the vertex, because that gives you your h and your k. Number two, right, it's good to have your focal length p, right? And remember, that's the distance from the vertex to the focus, or the distance from the vertex to the line of directrix. Okay, so let's look at the first equation here. Write the equation for the parabola with vertex at 3, 0 and the directrix at y equals 7. So now, if I sketch this graph real quick, the vertex is at 3, 0, and the line of directrix, since it's y equals, that's a horizontal line, right? So y equals 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to be right about here. Now, remember, this here, if the line of directrix is there, you know your parabola is going to open this way, which tells you A is going to be negative. So now, what is the distance? If I look here, the distance from the line of directrix to the vertex gives you P, and P here is going to be 7. So, right away I know it opens up or down, so it's y equals 1 over 4 times, what is P? 7. But remember, that's going to be negative because it opens down, times x minus, here's h, here's k, so it's minus 3 all squared plus 0. And if I simplify this, it'd be negative 1 over 28 times x minus 3 all squared. All right. Now the next one, I'm going to sketch what they give me. They tell me the focus is at 2, 4. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's at 2, 4. But the line of directrix is x equals negative 4. Remember, that's a vertical line. So x equals negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. And there's that. So right away, you know this parabola is opening to the right. Okay, but oops, sorry, that's not the vertex though, right? So here's the thing, how do we find the vertex? Well, this here is equivalent to double the length of P. And you have to remember the vertex is directly in the middle of the focus and the directrix. So if I'm at 2 and this is at negative 4, that distance right there is 6 units. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, and that's where my vertex is going to be, right? So my vertex here is going to be at negative 1, and what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4? Negative 1, 4. Now, my P, remember, the distance from the focus to the vertex is going to be 3, right? So P is 3. Since it's open, this is going to open to the right, right away I know x equals, right, 1 over 4 times P is 3, times y minus, if this is h, this is k, it's going to be y minus 4 all squared minus 1. So when we simplify this, it's 1 over 12 times y minus 4 all squared minus 1. And right there, you have your equation. Example 3. So in example 3, if I sketch this graph, right, my vertex is at 2, -3, and my focus is at 2, -5. Remember, the parabola always has to eat the focus, so I know this is opening down. Now, right away, if it's opening down, I know it's going to be y equals -1 over 4 times p, right? But what is p here? P is, what's this distance? 2. So it's 4 times 2 times x minus, what is the x coordinate of my vertex? 2, all squared, minus 3. So when we simplify this, -1 over 8 times x minus 2 all squared minus 3. Okay, again, you're using the vertex and the distance between the focus and the vertex to find p to write this equation. And example 4, write an equation for the parabola whose focus is at -3, 4. So we're at -3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the line of the directrix line is y equals 2. So that's going to be right here. Now remember, if this here is your focus and this is your line of directrix, the vertex is going to land directly in the middle. So if I look, the distance here is 2, right? So the vertex is going to land right in the middle there. So I'm going to go 1 unit down, 1 unit up, and here's the vertex. So my vertex is going to be at -3, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3. -3, 3. Now, what was my P, my focal length? Well, the distance from the vertex to the focus is 1. We know if the vertex is there, it's going to open up. So it's going to be y equals 1 over 4 times 1, because that's p, times x minus -3, right? But I have to change that to a positive, all squared, plus 4. So y equals 1/4 times x plus 3, all squared, plus 4. So remember, anytime you're doing these, a couple of things you have to remember. Number 1, is this going to open up, down, left, or right? So which equation do I use? Then I have to know, find P, and then the vertex. And okay, and you have to know all that stuff to write the equation. It also helps you with graphing. Go ahead, attempt the homework, and let me know if you have any questions.